Hello, Aries. Thank you so much as always for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, Aries, so looking at your second week of November, you come in with redemption, wisdom, and black flower fragrance. So this is all about forgiving yourself for mistakes of the past. Wisdom talks about looking at past mistakes objectively and gaining some understanding of why the mistake was made. But redemption, I feel like, is indicating that it's going to come back around again for some of you. And this will be an opportunity for you to make a different decision or to take different action. Black flower fragrance, though, this has a tendency to show up when we're talking about self-esteem issues. So one of the things that it says is, even if you are ugly, you have the right to exist. And this is talking about the ugliness within. But this is hitting the breaking point where it's like, I'm tired of feeling bad about myself. I've had enough. I don't care. I don't care about any of the feelings of unworthiness. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I want to do. But if we're talking about mistakes from the past and looking at wisdom, it may be you forgiving yourself for not seeing a situation for what it was. And this is where wisdom is coming through, but it has to do with a situation that didn't make you feel good about who you are. Now, for others of you, though, the other big message, something coming back, an opportunity to do things differently, but it could be about something that you didn't take advantage of because you had, how do I put this? It's not just self-esteem issues or feelings of unworthiness. It's almost like self-doubt. That's how I want to put that. It's like you had an opportunity to do something, but you chose not to because of the way that you were feeling. Specifically about you and how you see yourself. And this may be the chance for you to go ahead and take advantage of that. And when we're talking about, wisdom and redemption, it's finally understanding why, and through that, being able to do something different. I hope that made sense. But very much hitting the breaking point. And like I said, for some of you, there was two very specific feelings. Oh, I see what I'm dealing with now, right? I'm going to stop beating myself up and get the hell out of this. Or I see now why I didn't take that opportunity. Because wisdom also talks about trusting what your inner voice is telling you versus the voice of others. And that's very much where black flower is coming through. Okay, Aries, your overall here is the Ten of Pentacles, so the focus is going to be on long-term security and stability. A lot of times this is about legacy. What is it that you're passing on? It could be about family connections. But for you generally, who doesn't want to get to that place, right? Where there are no more worries about finances, security, right? So this is the goal, this is the focus, and that is where you need to be. So everything that's happening around this is going to either support or affect your ability to maintain some security. In the past, the Hermit, so spending some time with yourself, right? Solitude, looking at where you are versus where you want it to be. And it is doing the inner work too, right? Especially with black flower being there. But in the past, kind of stepping away. For some of you, it may be that you took a break from a family situation to kind of figure out, what the next steps are going to be for you. But overall, the Hermit being the past, this could definitely be you coming out of that now and having more of a focus on security and stability rather than other things that may have created detours for you on your path. In the present, the Nine of Pentacles, yep, so it's all about what's going on in your outer world, the material world, right? Security and stability. But with the Nine of Pentacles, we're talking about independence. And then not only that, but focusing on enjoying the things that you have in your life. The Nine of Pentacles very much to me is like an important reminder of impermanence. and understanding that nothing lasts forever. So instead of fretting the loss of something, this would be taking the time to enjoy it while it's here, right? But again, there's this big focus on you, your security and stability. Now, for those of you who didn't take an opportunity in the past because of how you may have seen yourself, I think that that inward reflection with the Hermit is making you realize that now is the time for you to kind of come out of that thinking that makes you feel like things are not available to you. But this is interesting to me coming out of the Hermit. It's like clearly saying, okay, these other things are frivolous. What's important is what is happening in the long term. Future conditions, the Five of Wands, so conflict. And absolutely there could be, conflict that is going on within a family situation where some of you are looking for independence. Because very much this is the loner. This is somebody who wants to do things on their own. But it very much has to do with the security that you're maintaining in the future. But the Five of Wands being in future conditions, right? The conflict there is petty. And it's about you not getting caught up in it, but being able to kind of control that. Now, in terms of business, this may be you taking a step back from what you were doing in the past, looking at whether or not that's really where you want to go. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this could be putting some financial backing that you have into use for something else. That, again, the focus is going to be the long-term security and stability. The Five of Wands would indicate dealing with competition in what you're trying to do. But for others of you, this could very much be, I just kind of want to do some things on my own right now. And there may be some opposition to that with the Five of Wands. Your best path to follow, the Eight of Cups, yeah. So walking away from the things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. This typically is about being emotionally done before you physically move on. It's very much not knowing what's going to happen next, but just knowing that you can't give emotionally to something anymore. And with the Ten of Pentacles, if we're talking about something that's bringing long-term security and stability, you don't want to be putting your effort into something that isn't going to make you happy in the long run. So whatever it is that you've been doing, that you've been giving yourself to, but not getting anything back, those are the things that you want to get away from. And it doesn't matter, if you're facing opposition to that. This isn't like the Seven of Wands where you feel like you have to hold your position. This is just getting caught up with the conflict of other people. But it's interesting to me how for you it's so like not affecting you at all. But that may be what you're projecting outward. But whatever it is that you're dealing with, you've had to take a minute to yourself to kind of look at it and go, yeah, I'm not really feeling this anymore. And it's not really where I see the long term. Okay, in your environment, Temperance. Wow. Okay, so with Temperance, we're talking about moderation. You definitely want to be paying attention to that with the Nine of Pentacles. It would make sense, right? Like, don't go spending all your money. But I'm also looking at a moment here of independence and removing yourself from a situation for your long-term security. But this need to be patient with, I think, the opposition that you're going to be facing in future conditions. That, or some of you have been like really trying to maintain inner balance and harmony while wanting to enjoy your life but removing yourself from a situation. I say that because you have, the Ten of Pentacles, which is typically like family. You have this conflict with other people I think that for a lot of you, it's just, if it's not a family situation in terms of work, this is you walking away and taking a minute to, enjoy what's going on in your physical world, but having to do it with moderation and be patient when it comes to moving into a place where you don't have to worry about anything anymore. But you have to leave something. You have to leave something that hasn't been fulfilling you for some time, especially with the Hermit being in the past. But I feel like with Temperance here, other than, the advice of being patient, the virtue of patience, it's you like really trying to maintain what is going on within you. Not wanting to get involved in a conflicting situation, absolutely. Your hopes and your fears, the Page of Cups, I want to feel something new. That's immediately what I got off of that. I want to feel something new. It's not like there's disinterest. It's just, it's not fulfilling anymore. But with the Page of Cups, we could also be talking about having communication where you're hopeful that there is like this exchange of emotions. It's like being able to talk to somebody new about how you've been feeling about what you're dealing with. I want to be independent from this. That's what I keep hearing. I want to be independent from this, and I want to enjoy my life. And I want to have a secure, long-term future. But I want to feel something new. I keep getting that from the Page of Cups. It's almost like a longing. Now, for some of you, though, this could absolutely be you hoping for that communication to finally come through that makes you feel great again, where you've been drained of everything that you have. Wow, man. And then coming out the Ace of the Ace of Pentacles with the Five of Wands, I get it, right? Like, it's like having to face the issues of other people's egos, because what you're dealing with here is your new beginning in long-term security and stability, right? Everything else is frivolous. I don't care about that, because what's important to me is where I wanted to be versus where I am right now. And it's not emotionally fulfilling. You've been trying really hard to maintain some inner balance. I want to feel something new, waiting for that new communication to come through. And then there it is with the Ace of Pentacles. It's like having to deal with people that aren't happy about the fact that, oh, I'm so happy for you, right? Like, I kind of get that feeling like people just having this like distasteful feeling about the fact that things are going to be going good for you because you've gained wisdom over past mistakes. And again, the Hermit, right? Okay, the Two of Wands. So there's some decision that had to be made in order for this opportunity to come through. The Queen of Wands, it brings out the best in you. And then the Tower. Yeah, and again, right? Like, you may be surrounded with people that, they may be kind of caught up in their own issues. Like, I get this feeling of, these people are stuck in the same thinking pattern. And all it is this constant talking about the conflict that's happening in their lives. Not really being in a space to be happy for somebody who's becoming successful. It's like they don't have it within them. The Two of Wands and the Hermit, this is where, again, there is this very strong feeling for Aries that an opportunity is going to come back to you, where you get a chance to do something different here, where you might have not been able to do this before. This is where the decision to act is going to come through, and you've had to take some time to yourself to really look at where you're at and what you want to be doing. So the decision has to be made. The Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, perfect. It's perfect. Who wouldn't want to feel this way, For some of you, this is moving into a better position that's more suited to you and your abilities. This is confidence. This is feeling good about yourself. I love this in the King of Wands for Aries, because when you initiate something, you're doing it from a place where the best of who you are can shine. And I think that that's what's happening here with the Queen of Wands. It's like your confidence and your ability to handle situations is what's going to be brought out of you through making this decision to do something different, where you've been doing something for far too long that's not been feeling good. It's been draining you, right? And then the tower, right? Everything just kind of implodes. But this, I think, is you having the confidence to be able to finally wipe out a situation that has taken way too much from you. Like, I feel like you're initiating the tower moment, right? Now, this absolutely could be this Ace of Pentacles kind of coming through and like totally changing everything, like the shock to the system. But the tower, again, is the collapse of false beliefs. I think for you, you understanding now that your beliefs have power over what is happening in your life, right? But drastic change, huge drastic change that's going to happen if you decide to take the action. And the thing is you, whatever that Ace of Pentacles is representing, you have an ability to be able to do it better than anybody else. That's what I want to say. Compassion. And, you know, this to me, especially with forgiving yourself, has to do with you having compassion for yourself. And the things that you may have chosen to do in the past that didn't lead you to where you wanted to be. Abundance, yeah, I mean, it's all over the place, right? And then possibilities, looking at other possibilities that you have available to you versus what you're doing right now. But compassion for yourself may be bringing in the abundance that you've been focusing on with this Ten of Pentacles, and you know what's important to you for your future, but the possibilities coming back. Show the world the real you. Do I have to say anything? Right? Like, nothing will come of this situation. Nothing bad will come of this situation. So, and the other thing though with this is, if you're wanting to do something different that's independent, where you may be doing this on your own or wanting to remove yourself from a situation that's been draining, whatever's going on, nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of it if you don't take advantage of it. So an opportunity is going to be coming back to you. And if you take time to reflect on why you didn't take advantage of that before, the wisdom that's gained here, I think, is going to make a world of difference in what you choose to do with the opportunity coming back to you.